What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at a cool new feature in Xcode 15 that I've been using a lot personally, and it's pretty useful. Before jumping into things, hit that like button down below, subscribe if you're into iOS and even Vision OS that's coming up, and let's dive right in. So I've got Xcode 15 beta opened up here, and I'm going to jump into an existing product that I've got, which is the Rick and Morty app. There's actually a full series on this project on this channel, so take a look if you're interested. And the feature we're going to talk about today is Xcode bookmarks. Okay, so what is a bookmark? Obviously, most folks should be familiar. It's a way where you can just save a place in your code, save a particular line, or even save a search query. So let me show some examples, and then I will show what I've been using it for, the two things I've been using it for that I find wildly useful. So for example, we can go into any single one of our files. Let me open up this manager folder, and we have this RM image loader, right? So let's say we want to bookmark the shared instance of this. I'm going to click on this, we'll right click, and we can come down here, and in this menu, we have bookmark RM image loader line 13, or we can bookmark the file itself. So let's bookmark line 13. And just like that, it will actually appear in the bookmarks pane on the left-hand side over here. And now what we could also do is we can right click on this bookmark and add a description, which is particularly useful. So we can say this is singleton for image loading. Now bear with me, we're going to do it for one other instance of this singleton. Let's see why this is yelling at me here. All right, looks like it actually isn't. We actually see the bookmark on the right-hand side. I thought this was an error for a second, but that's also a cool piece of this. You can see the bookmarks on the right-hand side, but let me jump into another one of these manager-esque objects. And let's add one more here. So here we have an analytics manager. We'll do right-click. We will say bookmark analytics manager on that line. We'll jump back to our bookmark, and we'll add a description for this as well. So we'll right-click and hit add description or edit description. So singleton for analytics. Let's make sure I spelled that correctly. Okay, cool. So we got two bookmarks here. The next thing that I have been doing a lot, which is useful, is we can right-click, highlight and right-click both of them, and we can actually group them. So we can cut the bookmark, we can duplicate bookmarks, and there is a new group from selection down here. And we can say these are our singletons, or you can call them managers. But the point is you can group them, which is really useful. Now, the other thing you might be wondering is, okay, well, why can't I just do Command-Shift-F let shared? And it turns out when we do that, there's actually a third way that we can bookmark. So here we have found three static shared properties. I can actually right-click this, and you'll see an option that you can bookmark, find, let shared. So what you're actually bookmarking is the search query. Now what's cool about this is that not only can you bookmark it with the raw text search, but you can also use regular expressions in here, and you can imagine on a large code base, using regex to search for stuff can be pretty powerful and very helpful when you're trying to quickly navigate that code base. So I'm just going to use a text example here since it's simpler. So we're going to say bookmark find let shared. We'll jump back into here and we'll see that it actually has found this up here or at the bottom here. So it already kind of grouped it into this like search folder type deal. So I think I can click on this and edit it. So we can say this is shared static constants, and of course it has found three that it has put under here. So that's another way you can use bookmarks. You can obviously bookmark stuff manually yourself, and you can bookmark it via queries. Now, what I find to be the most useful aspect of this, which we'll go into next, is the fact that you can check stuff off. So you might actually not see it until you hover over it. Well, actually you won't see it until you hover over it, but if you hover over right next to the file icon, it'll either be Swift or it'll be, Objective-C or a header file if you're using a different language. You'll see the little circle pop up, and it's a little tough to see, but you'll see that you can check off some of these bookmarks. So I don't know exactly what Apple's intention was behind having little checkable boxes here, but my guess is that you can use this as like a to-do list. You will notice that in the case of the like search query bookmark here, where you are saving a Command-Shift-F find across a project, you don't get the check marks. You can't actually check these off, and I don't know if that's a beta issue and if the newer betas is going to fix this. My hunch is it's probably not. So in other words, you can kind of use this as like a to-do list of maybe your day, or maybe if you have like a lot of folks will put to-dos in their code, right? That you can always search for and come back to if you want to step out code and fill it in, implement it. But you can also use this as a checklist of like, hey, let me make sure I go back to this, and you can use it as a running list of like, what do I have left to do? So those are bookmarks in a nutshell in Xcode 15. There's a bunch of other stuff in Xcode 15 as well. This is the other menu that I really like, the quick actions menu. Folks that are coming from other IDEs might be familiar with this, particularly like Visual Studio Code or even like Android Studio, dare I say. But you can use this in a variety of ways. So if I wanted a canvas, I can just like search canvas and it'll open it up if I jump into some sort of thing that has a view. So if I jump into, let's find a collection view cell that I've got and do Command-Shift-A again, canvas, and it should open it up. Looks like it didn't for whatever reason, but it is checked on the right-hand side over here. But if I look up, let's say, the mini map, and if I select mini map, it also shows the mini map right there. So not really relevant to bookmarks here, but I figured I'd toss it in as a nice little noteworthy call out, since it's pretty useful to improve your IDE flow and speed up your workflows. So that is all I've got in today's video. I've been a bit MIA from YouTube, been doing a lot of traveling. I'm actually going to be in Portugal later this summer, so if any of my viewers are in Portugal and you want to say hi, that would be super cool. Drop a like if you haven't done so already before clicking away. I am working on a ton of Vision OS content as I learn through it myself. I want to make sure that I grasp everything before I start putting out videos and content for it, so stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you're into iOS, iPadOS, Apple development, and in general. Connect on all the socials. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.